Вечер смешанных боевых искусств MMA Series-16 в самом разгаре. На очереди у нас бой в легчайшем весе. Под ваши аплодисменты я приглашаю в синий угол клетки бойца, который представляет республику Бурятия, Максим Дупин.
You're watching MMA Series-16 OSE&GM promotion. We're live from Moscow, Russia, brought to you by the Football Sports Network and live around the world on the Clash TV app. I'm M16 Butlin and I'm calling the action here this evening. This is Maksim Dupin. Maksim won his last fight by TKO in the first round. But before that, all his fights went to decision. You can see with lots of wins by decision, obviously got a great gas tank. That's how I've been looking at this fighter as he prepares for this fight. Bantamweight contest, always high-paced, fast action. And to do that for 3 5-minute rounds consistently and winning those fights shows a real good gas tank.
Добро пожаловать в клетку, Максим Дупин! И я приглашаю в красный угол соперника из Москвы, Petr Berg.
His opponent making his way down to the red corner, Petr Berg. Berg looking fired up there as he comes out. He also has a record of 4 wins and 2 defeats. He also has won every fight by decision apart from 1 rear naked choke win. So both these guys used to go into decision. It's going to be fast action and these guys are going to have real good gas tanks, even on paper, even on weight, and even on results. But as I've said so many times, so many ways to win or lose in mixed martial arts. And when you've got 2 guys who know the other can go the distance, will that encourage them to try and step up and look for a finish? Both have got finishers. TKO, submission. Maybe they're going to look to try and get this one done early.
Уважаемая публика, бойцы готовы и жаждут скрестить перчатки. И я с удовольствием вам их представляю. Первым представлю бойца, который стоит справа от меня и выйдет на этот поединок из синего угла. Ему 26 лет. Его официальный вес на данный момент 61 килограмм 800 граммов при росте 169 сантиметров. Он представляет клуб «Русич». В его профессиональной копилке 3 победы при 1 поражении. И представляет он республику Бурятия. Максим Дупин! И прямо через клетку напротив его соперник, который выйдет на поединок из красного угла. Ему 29 лет. Его официальный вес на данный момент 61 килограмм с половиной при росте 168 сантиметров. Он представляет легендарный клуб «Рот». Его профессиональный рекорд 4 победы при 2 поражениях из Москвы. Petr Berg! Бойцы, на середину наш рефери господин Колесников Александр напомнит вам правила и условия схватки.
Господа, у вас 3 раунда по 5 минут, и вы отлично знаете правила. На протяжении всего поединка внимательно слушаем мои команды и активно защищаемся. Если вам все ясно, вы можете пожать руки, и мы начнем. По углам.
You're watching MMA Series-16 live from Moscow, Russia. This is bout number 9 on the card. Maksim Dupin in the red, taking on Petr Berg in the blue. Sorry, Berg red, Dupin blue. As we go with MMA Series 16, And that is a fast shot. Both these guys used to go in the distance, but I believe it will be a fast start. Berg looked fired up as he came out, screaming as his name was announced. Both having success early on with the strikes. Berg in and out. Very fast on his toes as he moves in and out of distance. Caught there with a leg kick by Dupin. In and out then on his bike. Dupin steps in with a body kick. Looked for the high kick there, countered with a 1-2. Just didn't land clean. Nice movement from both these guys. Moves of the hips with the footwork there as Dupin comes forward. Berg pivots off, turns. Nearly got caught with a head kick there. He needs to be careful with these high kicks coming up. Dupin doing a good job of throwing the body kick and then disguising the head kick as a body kick as it comes up. That time he slipped though, and Berg takes advantage, steps in. Now into the full guard of Dupin. Berg accepted there, going into the guard, into the lock guard. Didn't seem to work too much for the pass. So maybe he's wanting to look to stack him against the fence and work his ground and pound from this position. Watch for him pushing his opponent Dupin now towards the fence. The referee moves out of the way. He's closing the distance slowly against the fence. There you see. Closes him up. That's where he wanted to be, and he'll start to work the strikes. Because he's got his neck up on the fence, it means that the guard work is very difficult. Again, a very fast stand up there from the referee. I thought that Berg there was working towards a game plan of putting him against the fence and starting to work strikes, but stood up very quickly, keeping the action going here. Again, nice exchange as Berg got caught there with a final shot. Level change to the legs, then up to the body with a clinch from Dupin. This is MMA Series-16 OSE&GM promotion. We're live on the Fubo Sports Network and around the world on the Clash TV app. As the back is taken by Dupin, and there you see, as I was saying earlier, about the ear onto the spine. Gets right around the back, nice control. Head position is good. As he looks there, he starts to work the strikes from that position and then goes back to a nice clinch. Grabbing to the fence there slightly by Berg. Good control here from Dupin. That's nice work in the clinch. Knees into the standing leg, affecting the balance. And then he goes back to that ear on the spine. Nice control. Pick up to the floor. This is nice technique and nice control here from Dupin. Controlling the back, gets the hook in. Using that underarm position there. Nicely turned in though. Good counter there from Berg as he turns into him and attacks the legs himself. Now it's Berg looking for the high crotch. Possibly a double. I can't see where his right arm is. I thought he was going for the high crotch, but I think he's actually going to attack him for a double leg there. Both arms underneath the bum. Yeah, he is. Hands clinched together. Switches down to the legs behind the knees. Dupin trying to get to his knees and back up, but his legs are being controlled. This is good work as he's stacked now up against the fence by Petr Berg. Good backwards and forwards action there from these two warriors. Maksim Dupin versus Petr Berg, bantamweight contest. That was a good lead left there from Berg. That was the mistake there from Dupin as he slipped to the floor. But the clinch, the control in the clinch and the technique in the clinch for me was all Maksim Dupin. Good backwards and forwards round. I think for me, Maksim Dupin on points in that one. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, make sure you clap for your favourite fighters. Score these fights. Tell us who you think's winning, and do you agree with me? It's MMA Series 16 live from Moscow, Russia.
Итак, секундантов просьба покинуть пределы клетки. Бойцы на середину для продолжения поединка.
Touch of gloves and we start the action. MMA Series 16 bout number 9, and this is the second round. Bantamweight contest. Maksim Dupin in the blue, Petr Berg in the red. Berg steps in with the right cross. Jumping knee, gets his legs caught. Again, it's Dupin making a mistake which allows him to be taken down. This time Berg tries to control the legs. He wants to try to settle past the legs. Good defense again from Dupin. That's excellent wrestling as he turns his knees to the floor, pushes on the back of the head and stands himself back up. There we see the stats very close with the strikes. Elbows now coming down from Dupin as he defends the takedown. We saw in the first round he's got good defense and good control in this clinch position against the fence. Wrestling against the fence is a whole different skill to freestyle wrestling or Greco wrestling where you're on an open mat. So you've got to use the techniques. And Dupin did that really well in the first round. You'll see here again, defending the takedown. Keeping control is just making it very difficult for Petr Berg to secure any sort of takedown and get Dupin onto his back. Really making him work for this here. Manages to get his head clear. Can he use that to turn him? He does. He picks up, gets to the floor. That's better work from Berg now. Watch for Dupin now to try to turn around to his front to get his knees back onto the floor. There you go. Buries the head. Turns onto his side. Berg trying to control the legs. And there, I think he was kicked off. I don't think his knees were on the floor, so I'm not sure that was an illegal blow. I believe he was kicked off there. Dupin was actually balanced on one hand. So the warning here is to Petr Berg. Let's have a look there. Yeah, so he's balanced on one hand. So that was a kick to the head there from Berg. Now, I'm not sure that was an illegal blow because there was only one point of contact on the floor, which was his hand. An illegal blow, you can't kick to the head when there's 3 points of contact. So, or if someone's on the knees or whatever. If he's on one hand, I'm pretty sure that could have been a legal blow. But I'd have to check the rules. It's not something I've seen before, and it's an unusual position to be in. But he only had one hand on the floor. His legs were up in the air. So maybe that's classed as a grounded opponent. Anyway, the points deducted, that could mean, that could make a big difference, in the scoring of this fight now. I think Dupin definitely pulling away anyway. And he's going to make it so that Petr Berg needs to start to come forward and he's going to have to try to look for a finish. Cut now to the forehead above the left eye of Maksim Dupin. Desperately looks for the ankle pick there, Petr Berg. Dupin feinting nicely. Berg again goes on his bike and then switches to an attack with the legs. This time he's pulled him close, dropped down into half guard himself. He's going to look to try to sweep from this position. He's got the lockdown. You see there, using the lockdown on the leg. From this half guard, that's where the legs are crossed and locking up the leg that's in the middle of the half guard. From here, he can work a lot of sweeps as he buries his head deep in. We need to get his right arm underneath the body. Dupin's doing the right thing to defend this by flattening him out. Again though, that lockdown on that leg is giving him problems. There's a few ways he can get out of the lockdown. He can link his arms underneath the bum of Berg, squeeze in and pressure himself out of there. He can also circle his ankle inwards and then over that foot. You see there, Berg starting to forget about the lockdown position as he looks to work the upper body clinch. He needs to think about both. He needs to try and stretch that leg out, try and work that. He could use it for a sweep. At the moment, he was just really using it to stop the pass, I think. Again, Dupin doing the right thing by putting him flat on his back. He's working there. Look, he's got the lockdown. He's in a deep half guard now. Looking for this sort of electric chair position. Favoured by the 10th Planet guys, Eddie Bravo. His school. But there. Dupin controls, gets back and into the top position. Now he's looking to get that leg free. He doesn't want to get caught back in that position. Berg didn't look to put the pressure on from there. But there was definitely a sweep and a submission from that position that he set up. You see the damage to the leg there of Petr Berg. So again, another dominant round there from Maksim Dupin. "17 headshots landed compared to 12. That was the takedown. That was the kick there, where I believe there's 1 point of contact. Then we've got the elbows from the half guard position. The problem with the lockdown is you're actually locking yourself in underneath someone, so for ground and pound, you're locking yourself in a position where you're going to be hit. But it is good if you can work underneath, try and get your weight right underneath your opponent and trying to work the sweeps or the submission. So round number 3, this is bout number 9. MMA Series 16, OSE and GM promotion.
Итак, финальная пятиминутка.
As the referee starts the action for bout number 3, MMA Series 16. This is a bantamweight contest between Dupin in the blue and Berg in the red. Dupin 2 rounds up on my card. Nice low kick, solid. Goes for the second one, it's checked. Really kicking through those legs there from Dupin. Dupin looking light on his feet. Is it bravado, showing he's still got energy? That was the shot he expected. Good takedown defense again as he turns around, knee to the floor and out. Now he's got a single leg. Can he finish it? Berg looking to defend. Dupin working around the back. Pulls the leg out. Top half guard. Nice use of the head there as he pushes his body down to try to get the shoulders onto the mat. Mount position, back to half guard. Berg moving his hips well to try to get back into the half guard position where he can work against the fence. It's up to Berg here. The onus is on him now to try to get back into a strong position and look for a finish. He's 2 rounds down. His corner must have told him he's 2 rounds down. He needs to try to get up, use the fence to stand up, as it's Dupin who takes the back. 1 hook in. Nearly got the arm deep on the first attempt there. The second time, he's gone palm to palm. Using the strikes to soften him up here. Watch for him to whip the arm under deep again. Berg looking to stand up, trying to slip him off the top. Again, palm to palm. He can finish this palm to palm. You can see this exact position when Khabib tapped out Conor McGregor. Looking very strong on the jaw. What I call a mandible strangle. The pressure is still on the neck. It's still on the blood on both sides of the neck, even in that position with the chin in. So again, huge pressure here from Maksim Dupin. It's all defense from Petr Berg. Can Dupin find the finish? Controlling from the back. Again, looking to get that arm under deep. Both hooks in, controlling the back. Both arms underhooked. Berg doing the right thing, trying to pull him high, trying to get him off the back. Again, striking to try to lift the chin up. Controlling. He keeps switching from the seatbelt position with 1 arm over the shoulder, 1 arm under, back to both arms under, which is actually a better position, the better one for control and keeping position. Now he's got the arm deep. Can he start to sink it round underneath the chin? It's good defence here from Petr Berg. Looking to get 2-on-1 on the choking arm. Dupin again using strikes to soften up, trying to work the submission. Definitely harder to get this submission when you're wearing gloves than it is just on the mat. But again, he's got the right choking arm on one side, his head's on the other. Everything's lined up ready to get this choke. He just needs to try to whip the arm underneath the chin. There he goes again. But again, he was concentrating more about freeing up that other arm to punch there than he was for looking for the choke. 40 seconds left. Can he get this finish? Or is he going to ride this out on the back? Switches to the arm triangle. If we can switch off to the side now, forehead to the mat. Switch off from the mount position. He can finish it from the mount, but definitely not when the arm is at that side of the head, I don't think. But if he switches off to side control, I think he can get enough pressure, even with the arm in there. Controlling mount. There he stops, throwing strikes. Berg gives up the back again. This is a nice finish, showing some action here as he looks for a finish. Big, heavy shots there to finish the fight. And a dominant win, all 3 rounds on my card to Maksim Dupin.
Войти на середину. Итак, после 3 раундов смешанных боевых искусств единогласным решением судейской бригады победу одержал Maksim Dupin.
So dominant points win there for Maksim Dupin.
Ну что ж, а прямо сейчас я хотел бы пригласить в клетку нашего гостя, гуру спортивной журналистики, человек, который является экспертом в области спортивных единоборств. Только он может 25 эпитетами охарактеризовать только одно активное действие, которое бойцы проводят в октагоне или в клетке. Алексей Сафонов!
Спасибо. Макс, я тебя отвлеку. 25 эпитетов не буду говорить, но тем не менее, что скажешь по бою?
What can you say about this fight?
Петя отличный соперник,
I had a great opponent,
духовитый боец. И
tough
для меня,
opponent.
хорошее испытание было с ним поработать и произвести это.
It was great to fight with him.
Он из Москвы, но я знаю, он
He's from
воевал
Moscow.
и так далее. Я из Бурятии, у нас тоже воинственный народ.
I am from
И я
Buryatia.
представить свою республику здесь и свой клуб Русь.
I represent my republic here.
Если монолог продолжить, то хочу поблагодарить всех зрителей. Спасибо большое всем, кто здесь присутствует. Большое
Thanks
спасибо
to
всем,
everyone
кто
who supported me,
проявил
who
интерес и смотрит
has
сейчас
seen
в
this
прямом эфире,
fight.
по всем уголкам России. Как сказал один человек на одном из турниров, где я дрался, без вас не было бы нас.
Смотри, я знаю, то, что
And
вы раньше тренировались
one-
вместе. Как в итоге
one person once said, without you, we cannot
дополнительный?
fight, so
Тренировок
thank you
как таковой у нас
to
не было, мы
everyone.
спарринговали 1,5-2 года назад. Так и познакомились, в принципе. Более-менее со всеми в Москве знакомишься в основном так, пока не спаррингуешь. Вот. А на поединке не сказалось. Я знал, что он крепкий, крутой мужик.
I knew my opponent is very tough, and I knew it's going to be a rough fight,
Что ж, поздравляем, аплодисменты,
but
Макс Дюпин.
I'm glad I won it.
Спасибо, Алексей. Максим Дюпин, еще раз ваши аплодисменты, друзья.
You see the replay. It's bantamweight contest, the takedowns there. Fast start from Peter Berg, but the wrestling and control came from Maksim Dupin, who grew in confidence and his ability shone through as the fight went on. He started to dominate the strikes, he started to dominate the clinch, and his top position control and ground and pound there, you can see with the solid elbows. Look at that wrestling against the fence. Here he took the back and controlled from that back position. The most dominant position in MMA. Controlled from that back for maybe 2-3 minutes in the final round and finished on mount.